Plink's "The East and West shall never meet" was countered by Russell. The supremacy of the East was not only military. Science, philosophy, and the arts all shone in the Eastern world when the West was sunk in barbarism. The Occident's excellence is in marketing. Marketing is its second language. And because of its expertise, the West dominates the fields of business and industry. The Orient is skilled in philosophy and the psychic sciences. Its second language is spirituality. Our aim is the union of East and West, both experts in their methodologies, the vertical and the horizontal means of acquiring knowledge. Now we'll talk about the role of Sun in horoscopy. As the king of the solar logos, Sun is an important luminary capable of conferring great political power. A horoscope is considered powerful only if the luminaries Sol and Luna are powerful. The Sun is considered as a natural malefic in Vedic astrology. We'll talk about the solar effects in the 12 houses. The Sun in the ascendant. Sun in the ascendant makes one anger prone and lazy, will be valorous and will have less hair, will be cruel and will have a high opinion about himself, won't have patience and mercy. If Aries is rising, Sun in the ascendant will make the native highly educated, wealthy, versatile and famous. If Cancer is rising, he will suffer from eye troubles. If Libra, he will suffer from sorrow, poverty and loss of progeny. Well, Sun in the second house. The native will have less wealth, less education also, but will be liberal-minded, will love his enemies, face may be afflicted, will be taxed by the government. All malefic planets in the second are adverse for wealth. Sun in the third house will have high standard of comeliness, will have a sacrificial nature, will be the vanquisher of enemies in the battlefield, will be valorous and strong. This position of Sol is adverse for good relations with younger co-borns. Sun in the fourth house. Heart may be afflicted, will be devoid of happiness, landed properties, relatives and conveyances, will be interested in the opposite sex, will have many houses. Sun in the fifth house. Will be highly intelligent and will be loved by government, will be devoid of sons, comforts and wealth, will love forests and try to live in such surroundings. Sun in the sixth house. Will have prosperity and along with prosperity enemies, will be virtuous, will be famous, will have good digestive power, will be victorious and will have to face enemy trouble, that is the machinations of enemies. Sun in the seventh house. Will be tormented by the government, will have to face defeat, will be devoid of marital happiness, will have to face humiliation, may be insulted by women, body may be tormented by ill health, will be traveling a lot. Well, Sun in the eighth house. Will be devoid of relatives and wealth, will be melancholic and sorrowful, will be quarrelsome and will be fastidious. Sun in the ninth house. The native will have wealth, relatives and sons, will have reverence for the preceptors and devotion to spiritual people. Well, Sun in the 10th house. The native will be highly educated and will have paternal wealth, will be highly intelligent with a lot of conveyances, will be hedonistic and strong. This dominance of Sun on the meridian is capable of conferring regal status, knowledge and valor. Sun in the 11th house. Will be wealthy with high education, will have good longevity and a lot of good subordinates, will have high professional skill, will be strong and will be prosperous. Sun in the 12th house. Will have eye troubles and will be devoid of sons and wealth, will be inimical to father, will be weak and may fall from profession. This adverse position of Sun is not good from the perspective of profession, as a fall is indicated. Please subscribe to our videos at http://www.youtube.com/zodiacastro1.